All your children shall be taught by the Lord, and great shall be the peace of your children. Good morning and welcome to your class. Second poetry written by the famous Lebanese American poet Khalil Gibran. In the last class, I have explained the summary and about the poet. Now let us see the line by line explanation of this poetry on children. Let us go through the first 4 lines of the poetry. And a woman who held a babe against her bosom said, "Speak to us of children." And he said, "Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. They, and though they are with you, yet they belong not to you." The first opening line, and a woman who held a babe against her bosom. Bosom means the chest or the breast of a woman. So here you have to visualize a lady or a woman holding a baby on her arms and asking the poet about the future of the child. The mother is anxious about the future. So she asked the prophet. The prophet means a divine person or who can foresee the future. A person who can foresee the future. She wanted to know what will be the future of the child. But here she expected something good from the poet. But the second line was really shocking. Your children are not your children. Here the poet brings the concept of life's creation and its aspiration. Here the poet is telling that the child whom you are holding right now, or holding or keeping the child near to the bosom or carrying, it's not your child. So it was a shocking news for the mother. How can the poet tell that the child is not hers? The prophet says that maybe the child may be a biological mother. The mother may be biological, but here he means that even though she gave birth to the child doesn't belong to her. And the answer is that why he is telling the child is not hers. They are the sons and the daughters of life longing itself. Children live with the parents, but they do not belong to them. So here the poet is telling that you don't have any right to possess your child. You are just a vessel or an instrument. You brought forth the child to the world and you gave the body or the nourishment for the child, or you made a situation or created all the things what the child requires. But all the things who planned is God. So you and your husband doesn't have an authority to possess the child. You are only a caretaker. And the poet is advising her that you can give two things. You can love them and care them until they need your care and attention. You have to guide them. But in return, don't ask anything. Understood? The poet says that the parents have a biological bond with the children now. Mother carried the child 9 months in the womb. She have a biological connection, but the soul of the child lie in the future, which cannot be reached by the parent. So here the poet clearly tells that the child's future is already being designed by God Himself. So you don't need to anticipate or to be anxious about the future of the child. And the poet advises that parents not to pressurize the children by giving your thoughts to them. So first 4 lines, the poet tells that the child whom you own is not your child. The reason is that they have a future. The next 4 lines, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their soul. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which cannot visit, not even in your dreams. In this 4th line, the poet is telling that, poet means Gibran. Kahlil Gibran is telling that children do not belong to the parents, and they really belongs to the Creator. Parents sometimes think of children as their own possession, so they start giving their ideas and thoughts. They pressurize them, and parents will start to mold their destiny. So here the poet suggests that children do not belong to anything, but they have a future. Their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow. The world they will inhabit is not to be the world from which they emerge. So here the poet is telling that even though you are born in this world, you don't belong to this world, because the souls of the children dwells in the house of tomorrow. The prophet says that this because life is moving forward, and further substantiate his philosophy, stating that life itself progresses. It longs only for itself. It's just like a cycle. The parents' life is over, and the children are yet to begin. So their life or their experience is the past experience. The present is important. So parents mustn't pressurize or mustn't give any thoughts or ideas to their children. And he advises only 2 things, that is to give their love and care. Again he is telling that children do not belong to their parents. The parents think that the children belong to them because they do everything for them. So here once again he reminds the parents, telling that don't possess them, you can only guide them. And he says that the souls dwell in the house of tomorrow. The world they will inhabit will not be the world from which they emerge. And the generation pass, the world reshaped by those within. Life itself is progresses. It's just like a cycle process. It keeps changing according to the need. So don't try to impose your thoughts, your ideas, your imagination to your children. And he says that don't be so possessive about your child, because children do not belong to anything, but they are the future. The world they will inhabit right now is not there. They have their soul. Soul belong to the other world. Parents cannot do anything for that. So the poet is telling that as a parent, as a mother and as a father, your duty is to look after the child, be a guide, and give your love and your care, not to give your thoughts, your ideas, because their future belongs to the other world, and they have their own ideas. They are an independent identity. When God created the child, He had a plan for everyone. So no human beings, since they are meeting the earthly needs, they don't have any authority on children to impose their plan. For example, to become a doctor, to select the career option. No, it is not the parents' responsibility. They have to be a guiding star, and their only duty is to show their love and affection. Next two stanza we will see in the next class. Thank you. May God bless you. Stay safe and stay blessed.